My name is Army Sergeant Brandon Rethmel. I was indirectly hit by a rocket while serving in Afghanistan in 2009. This resulted in me losing my right leg below the knee, right arm limb salvage, hearing loss in both ears, and TBI. My wife, Sylvia, she's the mother of my 3 children. She's currently in nursing school right now. She's finishing up. She's such a loving person. Without her, I wouldn't be here. We have 3 children. They're their own characters. My daughter is really into arts and crafts. Trey, my middle one, he's very intelligent. My youngest, he's my sports kid. He's all about the outdoors and fishing and sports. He loves soccer. When I was in 9th grade, that's when 9/11 happened. I was living in Virginia. The Pentagon was about 30 minutes away from my high school, and we had a number of kids in my high school whose parents passed away that day. I lived near Quantico Marine Base, so when I came home that day from school, you seen the front gate and all the Marines out there ready for something, and it was just kind of awe-inspiring. Well, when I met Sylvia, when we were back in New York, there's not a whole lot of opportunities. You either work at Walmart or the casino, and I didn't want any of that. So I went down to the recruiter's office. I talked to the Marines first. On the way out of the Marine office, the Army recruiter was like, "Hey, let me talk to you for a minute." I was like, "Okay." He's like, "I can offer you $20,000 signing bonus, and you can go airborne." I was like, "Okay, $20,000, start a family, that's nice." So I went with the Army. I liked everything about it. The camaraderie, the love of country. Met people from all walks of life. It was June 21st, 2009. It was my 7th day in Afghanistan. I was stationed in Bagram, and I was working on a Special Forces compound. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and sirens went off, and then the next thing I know, you ever got hit on the head and seen stars? It's kind of what it was like. I lost consciousness for a second. They pulled me out. They got a tourniquet on my leg. They were putting me on the truck. Thankfully, the hospital was right across the street. That's when the shock started, and I couldn't really breathe. And then 4 days later, I wake up and I'm at Walter Reed. I fought for a couple of years to try to stay in the Army, and when the decision came back that I could stay in, I just have to reclass. The options I was given for reclass I wasn't too happy with, so I chose to get out, and that kind of started a downward spiral. I was in a dark place, depressed. I was drinking, not really doing well. I struggled with addiction for a little while, but I beat that. Went into a PTSD program to fix myself so I could be a good father and a good husband. While I was in the program, my wife was talking to some of her friends, and one lady in particular, Mary Beth, she reached out to her neighbor who ran his own nonprofit, Heroes Haven, and they do hunting and fishing, and they got me involved in that, and that kind of changed my life for the better. We live just outside of Pittsburgh. Typical Pittsburgh split-level home, very cookie cutter. It's just not ideal for someone in my position. The doorways are too small, stairs, carpet. The bathroom is very small. I met my buddy Charles. He's a recipient of an HVAC house. He told me that this organization builds a handicap-accessible house. Kind of seemed too good to be true. And then he invited me out to his home, and I got to see it firsthand. And I was like, wow, it'd be nice to come home and just take my leg off and wheel around in my wheelchair and do what I need to do. With a home from Homes for Our Troops, it would help me not deal with so many obstacles. One of the things I would love the most is the hardwood floors. Being able to wheel into the bathroom, use my wheelchair, period. Currently, I have to use crutches when I can't or don't want to wear my leg. It helped me out physically, mentally. Building homes and rebuilding lives means a fresh start. Being able to move around in your home with no limitations is huge. Homes for our troops is amazing, changing veterans' lives and allowing them to live a free life. Thank you's not enough at all.